Alright, guys. So, welcome back to another Patreon request, and this one comes from Cyborg19.99, who asked me to do a non-comic lineup of the DC, formerly Image team, Wildcats. So for those who don't know what non-comic lineup is basically a video I do exclusively on Patreon, but I brought over here because it is a Patreon request. And basically it's where I take a superhero team and remake it with characters outside of comic books. So no Marvel, no Image, no DC, stuff like that. So yeah. So Wildcats is a team of superheroes that are augmented in one way or another, and they basically fight these aliens called the Daemonites. So this is actually kind of funny because I've been trying to do I would do polls on non-comic lineup, and Wildcats would never win. So it really does feel like Cyborg just went, here, throw you a fucking bone. Here, you finally get to talk about a non-comic lineup for Wildcats. So yeah, here we go. Thank you for that, Cyborg, I guess. Anyway, as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, hit the first tier, that'll allow you access, hit the third tier, excuse me, hit the third tier, that'll allow you access to send me requests for videos to do here on Patreon. Like I said, not first, third. Anyway, so let's get started. Anyway, so who's going to lead this version of the this non-comic lineup of the Wildcats? I went through a few leaders, but this one kind of came back to me. Sergeant Johnson from Halo. Yeah, you want a big badass dude leading your team to fight the Daemonite horde? Here you go. This guy has got enough experience battling the Covenant, so he knows a thing or two about fighting aliens. He's also augmented in his own right. I don't know if they've retconned this or not. I don't know if they've retconned this little thing yet, but basically what it is that Johnson was like a part of a experiment for like a first-gen era Spartans before they went to kidnapping children and making them into Spartans. So yeah, Johnson, capable leader, again, fighting aliens is kind of his thing. I thought he was just and he'd take no shit from the rest of the team. Anyway, there you go. So next up, we have Din Djarin from The Mandalorian. Now, while Din isn't augmented or metahuman in any right, he does have a lot of battle experience with various alien races. And he knows how to... And furthermore, what also could be valuable in this situation is that he knows how to communicate with several alien species. Like I said, as we know, he knows how to communicate with the Tusken Raiders. He knows how to interact with them. He knows how to interact and also understand the culture of other aliens. So basically, he'd almost be like the translator and the ambassador almost, but with a gun. So when things go sideways, he will be Din will be definitely whipping out those weapons in a heartbeat if negotiations become aggressive, shall we say. So there you go. Next up on our list for our next team member is an alien, and that one is Bismuth. Bismuth serves a lot of roles in this lineup. For starters, Bismuth would definitely be the muscle of the team. She's definitely the physically strongest. She also has a lot of battle experience behind her. She's a war veteran. She basically fought in a war for like 2,000, what was it, 10,000 years? A good 1,000-year war that ravaged Earth and also pissed off the Gem Empire. She's also, like I said, the strong arm. She also can make weapons out of her hands. But the other thing that makes Bismuth vital to this team, this version of the Wildcats, is that Bismuth is capable. She's an engineer. She's a capable engineer and can forge new weapons and armor for the rest of the team. Not only that, she could also repair and improve the weapons and armor that are broken during missions. So she could take Din's weapons and just kind of here, I'll augment them. And I could see Din no, these weapons are sacred. Do not touch my guns. I feel like that would be a fun contentious point between them. So Bismuth from Steven Universe, yeah, she's part of this team. Next up, we have Crow. Crow, again, not really augmented per se. He can turn into a bird. You don't understand, Ruby. He turned me into a bird. But Crow has experience battling the Grimm, and they're kind of like aliens, not really. But Crow is, again, I think Johnson would see that Crow is a capable warrior. He would need someone who could back up the rest of the team, and it'd also be fun dichotomy because like Johnson represents like authority and whatnot, and Crow's always kind of rebelling against it. So those two would definitely butt heads. But in a pinch, I could see like the two of them. I could definitely see the two of them like putting aside their differences and fighting together. Anyway, sorry about the background noise. Anyway, so next up we have for our next member of the team, Washu. Washu, again, another alien member of the team, and would definitely, no doubt about it, be the brains of the outfit. Like, there's no doubt, there's no other way around it, right? Like, she is the brains of the outfit, so she's gonna be the one who is, like making plans, forging, helping to repair like weapons, vehicles, things like that, and also, I could definitely see her like just basically pretend, like basically being like, Johnson can be, can claim he's the leader, but I'm the boss. I'm a fucking god. So yeah, there you go. So finally, our last member of this team is the Magna Defender from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Magna Defender would be such a great addition. I think he would definitely be like another strong arm. He's definitely got a serious battle experience. And he also brings a fucking Zord, a giant Toro Zord, to back up the rest of the team when things get really bad. Also, that'd probably be their transportation is his Zord. So yeah, Magna Defender, another great addition. I think this would be a pretty solid group to kill some Xeno scum. I was very tempted to put a Warhammer character in here, but I resisted. For now. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That is pretty much my non-comic lineup for the Wildcats. You guys tell me in the comments below, who would you put in your non-comic lineup for Wildcats? Once again, I'd like to thank Cyborg 19.99 for sending me this Patreon request and continued patronage. And like I said, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, and hit the third tier. That'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.